Hi, and welcome to Success on Fast Forward. Today I have Michael Choi, all the way from Australia. What part of Australia are you?
Melbourne.
Melbourne. Okay. Is it cold there?
I'm in a t-shirt right now, but
You're inside.
yeah. um, I don't know to be honest, I don't even know what temperature it is or anything about the weather or anything like that.
Well, luckily we're not interviewing you about that then, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just in my little bubble here. So
Okay. So I met Michael, gosh, I can't even remember how many years ago. Probably about 7, 8 years ago.
probably, or if not more. Yeah.
Yep, and you were training us as auctioneers back then, and yeah, did a lot of speaking and stuff yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, did a little bit.
A little bit, just a little bit. So, Michael, just tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in real estate. You now have your own business, and I understand you have a few offices. So just, yeah, give us a little bit of a...
Sure. So I started when I was 19, been in it for 16 or so years.
Oh, I was going to say 3. Oh.
Thank you. And yeah, I started off as a receptionist, then sales support, then PA, then sales, and then opened up my office within 3 years. So I did all of that in 3 years, actually, three and a half years. So it was quite a busy 3.5 years.
Yeah.
And had a few business models since then. And now we're on this one, which is, I learned a lot, made a lot of mistakes. And it's one of those things where life is, there's no shortcuts. You have to pay for your mistakes. You either pay at university or you pay a course or something like that, and you're paying the butts.
Yeah.
Or you pay because you do it in life and you don't take anyone's advice and you try it yourself and you get it wrong and you go from there.
But at least you've done that. You've identified you've done some things wrong, but then you've changed and done something else. A lot of people don't change,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So what's your business called?
The business is Area Specialist, and so we've got 4 offices, but although we have offices and we are opening up offices, we're really doing mobile style. So there's you've got a franchisor, franchisee, and then agent. Basically, we're taking the middleman out and letting the agent work directly.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we're going to be doing that throughout Australia, New Zealand. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And so those offices are all in Melbourne?
Yeah.
Okay. So just all in different areas though?
Yeah.
So do you list and sell yourself?
I help in the listings.
Yeah.
So if someone wants help, I'll go and I'll help, because sometimes just having the director there helps a lot. So that's, just a bit of a value add for retention, really, just to make sure that we look after our people.
Yeah.
And the same with deals. I think yesterday I was on the phone with 3 buyers. The agent tried, and then I go a little bit harder and more aggressive.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know what they look like. So the relationship in that essence doesn't matter too much.
Yeah.
And then the agent can recover it if I stuffed it up. So
yeah, I do a lot of the similar. I bring out people or help them get the listings, obviously, especially new agents, when you can, help them out and stuff.
Oh, 100%. Well, so even we've got, for new agents, I'll go to all the appraisals with them, but even as our 10-year plus agents, the hot ones, are going up against the opposition, why not? It's only an hour, so I'll go to those as well.
Yeah, exactly. And they're lucky that you do that. So you, overall, how many staff do you have?
50-ish.
Yep.
Yep. So it's a decent sized business. But we're moving away from staff.
Just a little business.
Oh yeah, we're moving away from staffing though. Yeah. So
you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
I probably shouldn't, because I don't want to be doing some kind of pitch or something on your show.
Okay.
But
what I was meaning was though, like you were just saying that at the moment though, you've got different offices and lots of different staff within those offices. Yep.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
And what we're doing is we're wanting to move away from employees, because we believe that basically people working from home now anyway, there's less need for an office. There's a few, I'm just seeing, technology has changed pretty much every industry, but it hasn't really changed real estate. Technology has made the real estate agent's job easier, but it hasn't change the real estate industry. And I think that's the next step. I think technology is going to change the real estate industry in terms of the way that it's platformed. The way that I think we're going to be very Americanized, where there'll be a lot of buyer agents and vendor agents. And I think there'll be also people just basically working for themselves. Everyone will be just working for themselves and earning 100% commission.
So, I understand that. So, but in Australia, they, like here in New Zealand, all the agents are like sole traders. But, or are you saying that in Australia that you are like, obviously they're contracted to you, but are they more employees rather than?
Correct. Yeah. So New Zealand, I didn't realize that they're sole contractors or sole traders in New Zealand. But basically, what happens in in Australia, we have award rates. So you employ someone, they're an employee, you have to pay them a minimum of, say, about $50,000 a year. And they're on an employment contract.
Even if they're an agent been in the industry for ages?
If they're an agent been in the industry for ages and they're happy to go on commission only, so no retainer, then that's okay as long as they earn more than the minimal wage, which they would, generally speaking.
Yeah, so we don't have that in New Zealand. Some offices will do that. Like they will have people on retainer, especially when they're starting out. But it's normally advanced commission, like they have to pay the retainer back once they start earning commission. But we subcontract, so they're sole traders, so it is their own business. But it is still a percentage of the commission. So the business owner still gets it. It's just different structure, I guess. That's why I was asking you when you were saying about the staff and the employees. That's what I was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a lot more profitable to run a business in New Zealand than it is Australia, I would say, because of that.
Yeah. What's your average commission rate in the area, just in Melbourne?
In Melbourne, no, it's not something you can really answer. Our office is about 13,500 at the moment. We target about 15,000. The average in our area is probably 10,000, 11,000. Our average sale price is about 750.
Right. Yeah.
And we've got, the culture is completely different from how it is with you guys. I understand that some of you guys just charge like 20, 30 grand comms on $700,000 houses or something.
No, I don't, not me personally. It's all on, commission, but I think, after, like, most commissions are from 2.95% up to 3.95%. Yeah.
Okay. So, in percentage wise, we're probably anywhere between 2 and 2.5 to 2.75.
Yeah. So, do you do commercial and that as well, and have property management?
Yeah, so we do property management. We have about 500 rentals. We've grown that in about 4 years organically. We don't do commercial. I'd love to learn commercial. We're actually starting a commercial brand this year, actually. So we will later. And we'll be doing a commercial brand very similar to Area Specialist.
Commercial's great. I love it. Not the renting side of it, but the selling side.
Really, I reckon the rental side is what excites me, actually.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah.
We have different excitement then.
I just think it's quite it's a lucrative business. I see it as quite profitable.
Yeah. Oh, no, it definitely is. I don't do property management either, so that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. So, how has it been at the moment with the COVID and that for you guys?
So we've been selling a house a day in, so my main office that I'm based, that's in the suburb that I live with about 8 sales consultants. We've been selling a house a day, so it hasn't been a problem. Just there's restrictions and we just work with the restrictions and get it done. Listings have been a little bit light, but that's life. And we're carrying on. Like, business is probably the best it's ever been. It's probably the most profitable it's ever been. And teamwork's probably been the tightest it's ever been, because in times like this, I think people come together and really gel. So,
Any advice out there for any of the agents, New Zealand and Australia, if they were either just starting out?
So, advice is for a salesperson?
Yep.
Okay. Well, the silver bullet, the magic dust, the magic pill that I think is just work 16 hours a day. To me, I know that's a cop-out answer, but it's honestly the answer that I think. I think personalized branding is really important as well. I'd be putting my name and face on everything. Building up a database, telling the truth, being on time, and although it's just really those basic things are the things that will make you $1 million agent, really.
Yeah.
And then the use of technology. I think if you learn social media advertising, you learn how to retarget people, learn how to create customized audiences and things like that, which you can all do on YouTube. I think that is a big thing.
Do you use a lot? You use a lot of that with the social media?
We're very tech-based. Our whole business is tech-based. Everything you can think about in terms of technology, we're doing. Like we've got a lead generation platform that we can get 100 appraisals in a week. It's too much, and we stop it. Like it literally is just too much. So we're very big on technology. I think you have to be. At first, I didn't like technology because I'm not someone that really likes change. And if you knew me, you probably wouldn't believe that. But
are we still purple?
No, we're white and black.
Oh, okay. I like the purple.
Yeah, because you're a fashionista. You're a visual person. You and your hair. So that's probably the tips in terms of, say, for a business owner. I would say be really careful about who you hire. But then, when you've got this gut instinct about someone, let them go quickly. Don't, lower your standards. One of the skills in delegation is being comfortable knowing that it's not going to be done perfectly. And know that people aren't thinking the same as you. So as a business owner, they make the mistake of thinking, why isn't everyone thinking this way? They don't own the business. They're not going to work as hard as you. They're not going to think the same as you. There's a reason why they are working for you and not against you. A big thing about for agents and for businesses, I think, is profit. Don't have like an Instagram life where it's all about looking fancy dancy. It should be about profit. The core of it. And the formula for profit, a lot of people think profit is revenue minus expenses, but it's not. If you have revenue minus expenses, then you're not going to have any profit because most real estate agents just spend on everything. Profit, the real formula to profit is revenue minus profit equals expenses. So you need to figure out what kind of profit margin is realistic, say 20%. You push that away on the side straight away immediately, and then whatever's left over is what you got to spend. And if you can't live on that, you need to cut your costs. And that's the way businesses need to work for profit.
And that would be fair to say is like, I think a lot of people, when they think about real estate, they think, oh, we're going to have a flashy car and a flashy house and we're going to do all this sort of stuff. Well, that's not the real world. It really isn't the real world.
I think you can have all that stuff. Why not?
I agree totally, but
working hard.
Not straight away.
Not straight away. And you want to make it more valuable by hustling for it anyway. But like if some people start real estate and they get a fancy car for the first commission check, I'd be reinvesting everything into marketing. A lot of agents, so real estate is traditionally prospect, and I'm a big believer in prospecting. But
the only thing.
Other businesses, no other business is the same as real estate in the sense every other business out there markets and does zero prospecting. And so I think if real estate agencies took it as a real business, they would do a lot more marketing and complement it with prospecting. Rather, real estate at the moment is done a lot of prospecting complemented by marketing. So,
I think to me personally, I think part of prospecting is marketing, but it's just done in a different way, if that makes sense.
Part of prospecting is marketing, but
So prospecting, everyone says prospecting is cold calling or whatever you're doing, but if you're doing prospecting, if you're target marketing, social media and things like that, with that, with marketing, then that is part of prospecting. You should be doing all realms of prospecting.
Leverage marketing. I think prospecting, my definition of prospecting, if you open up the Michael Choi dictionary, would be talking to someone that can make a decision. In some shape, way or form. That would be prospecting to me. And then everything else is marketing. Marketing isn't about just getting new clients. It's also about creating perception around value of yourself. So marketing is not, because you can't just keep on putting marketing pieces out and expect to get a lead from it because the percentage of people in your farm selling is so small. So marketing is about creating a perception.
And giving value. Absolutely. And are you still doing auctions?
We're only doing online auctions, about one a week or something like that. They're not doing amazingly well or anything. We are selling them, but it's nothing fancy.
Yeah.
A lot of buyers are wanting to do subject to finance at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, auctions will come back in once it all
Settles
goes
down.
back to whatever
Yeah.
normal is.
I
Yeah,
don't think
whatever
we'll
the
ever
real.
be normal again. I
Yeah.
don't think we were normal.
Well, yeah, it'll be normal, but it'll be a new normal. I think another thing for businesses and salespeople to do is to niche. So, everyone tries to list everything, sell everything, and they're like Smarties or M&Ms. You just look at them all different colors, but when you bite into them, they're all chocolate. Yeah.
I like that analogy.
Well, they're all the same. Everyone's the same, different colors.
Yep.
But if you can find your smallest viable audience and mean something to them, and that's a Seth Godin line. But smallest viable audience and mean something to them. So narrow your scope, broaden your appeal. So I'll give an example. Near me, there's a restaurant that sells this Vietnamese soup. It's called Pho. And there's people that line up. And there's a donut place as well. People line up. What you guys have got, White Lady down in Auckland, White Lady food truck in Auckland, and people line up for those burgers because that's all they do. That's what they specialize in. And I think it's important for people to specialize, whether it be in a building, a type of building, a suburb, a price range, a lifestyle. You're going to win more business that way. Yeah. And you're going to enjoy it more. So I think, niching in any business is important.
Yeah. And I agree totally, especially when you first start out in real estate. You think you've got to spread your wings and do everything. But and you don't do anything well if you're not. Yeah. Oh, no, that's great. Well, that's really good. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we finish up?
I can talk about heaps.
I'm happy for you to talk about heaps.
I can give you I can talk about some dialogue. Actually, I do a little bit more business stuff. So a big thing I see when looking after a team is I see that people have this is their goal, right?
Yep.
And this is them. And in between their goal and them, there's a hurdle. And that hurdle is a problem. It will be A, B, or C, whatever it is. And every time someone is gone to the direct line towards their goal, what they do is a lot of people just go, oh, no, I'm moving away from that goal because there's that hurdle. And the thing is, I see problems just as a hurdle between you and your goal. Yeah. Whereas a lot of people see problems as something that they need to run away from. And because they run away from these problems, they take a different path away from their goal. Yeah. And they're thinking that they're leaving a problem. But no, they're leaving a problem temporarily. Yeah. Another problem will come up. Then another problem will come up. So they keep on running away from problems. They're just going to keep on coming up. Yeah. And the good thing about the problem that all of us have right now, we all have problems in our lives. The good thing about these problems is the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. So at least this is a known quantity. You know the problem that's in front of you, so you might as well tackle it. To me, I'd rather tackle a problem that I know than run away from that problem and have a whole new problem 3 months later and having to work on that. So I think that's a really important one. And I think, with COVID happening right now, and I think of the analogy of like a flower where, say you've got this flower and it's pouring down rain, there's heaps of rain, and this flower's all droopy and it can barely stand up. And the flower makes this comment. The flower makes a comment and it says, "Oh, this is not what I want." Yeah. But then a few days later, the rain stops and the flower has grown because it's been watered, and it's now taller and stronger and greener. And the flower says, before it says it's not what I want, but then the flower says, "But maybe it's what I needed." Yeah. And I think that's what's happening for a lot of us at the moment. Mm-hmm. We might not like to be watered right now, but it's definitely what we needed. It's like a cleanse, and it's made us review and tighten our businesses, make them more profitable, innovate. Because we're lazy. If we don't have to do something, we don't do it. But this has forced us to learn different things. So yeah.
Well, I agree totally. I love your analogies. Now I can't even say the word properly.
I love my metaphors.
Analogies.
Yeah.
I think though, Michael, and some of the things that I've seen you on posts and stuff like that, like for agents that are good agents, they have taken this time as opportunities to review their business, to look at what they're going and stuff like that. But those that haven't are going to really struggle once they go forward, because, we just talked about what we can do and what we can't do in this time, hey, yes, it wasn't something we chose to happen, but it's Yeah, it's a problem. It's come to us. You know, how do we work through this, and what can we do to? And we have to change the way we do business. It is what it is.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I see there's two hard options right now. One hard option is to work your butt off more than you ever have before, and you get paid less than what you did before because there's less money out in the market, but you work your butt off, and that's going to make your life in the future easier.
Yeah.
So that's option number one, which is hard.
Yeah.
Option number two, which is also hard, is watch everything on Netflix and do no work. And then later, when all this finishes, you're going to have no momentum, you're going to have no leverage, and it's going to be very difficult. That's hard as well. So one of them is hard at the start, easy at the end. One of them is easy at the start, hard at the end, but both of them are hard. Yeah. And so people need to choose their hard. Yeah,
exactly. And we all have choices, and it's the choice that we choose that will get us to where we want to go. Yeah, very true. So, hey, thank you for that. I could probably talk with you all day and listen to you all day. But
thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
No worries. And yeah, so there'll be agents out there and business owners. It was quite good targeting, you know, some of the stuff for people looking at going into business as real estate agents. So thank you for that.
And if anyone wants to ever chat to me about any of that stuff, I always like helping the industry. They can just Facebook me or whatever.
Yeah, and you do quite a bit. You've got training sessions and stuff like that, or a Facebook.
At the moment, during COVID, I'm doing free training sessions for offices. Actually, I'm doing 2 a week. So the next 3 weeks, I think, are booked out. So, but after that, if someone wants a training session, then we just book it in. It's free, no problem. More than happy to do it. I've got a few in New Zealand actually. Next week.
Have you?
Yeah.
Stealing my business.
Sorry.
No, just kidding. I've been doing the same, but I've actually been doing businesses, not just real estate as well. So I don't mind sharing you, Michael.
Yeah.
A little bit more experience than me anyway. So.
Oh, no, I don't know about that. I'll just give a different, everyone's got different angles and stuff. So it's always good to
they
learn
do.
from people.
Yeah, they do indeed. So no, it's all good. Okay. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.